Sheridan High School. The Yellow Jackets open with a win to Bryant. Last week they lost to Fordyce 27-7. Last meeting between these two teams back in 1956. Benton won that game by a score of 48-20, and Benton leads this series by a 5-1-1 margin. As we mentioned in the pregame show, a couple of changes in the offense for the Benton Panthers tonight, and that will be Cliff Phillips starting at the left halfback spot in place of the injured Jamie Jones, and Ian Perry in the defensive backfield, and Danny Cochran will start at split in for Jake Goheen. Otherwise, it remains the same. Steve Wood, the 6'3", 275-pound junior, will be at left tackle. At left guard, David McGee, the 6', 290-pound senior. Jay Gwatney at center, the 5'11", 185-pound junior. Sam McCampbell at right guard. Sam's the 6', 240-pound senior. At right tackle, Tony Hester. Hester, 5'9", 210, and the senior. Drew Yoakum starts at tight end tonight for the Fighting Panthers. Drew's 6'2", 225-pound senior. The quarterback, of course, Brad Collett. Collett, 6'2", 165-pound junior. The fullback, Greg Little. Greg's 5'7", 170-pound senior. Greg Rogers at the other halfback spot tonight. Greg's 5'9", and a 170-pound senior. For the Panther defense up front, it'll be Dean Bird, 5'11", 185-pound junior. At the other end spot, Adam Wright, 6'1", a 210-pound junior. At right tackle will be Heath Nix. Nix, 6 foot tall, a 220-pound senior. At left tackle, Jared Hambrick. Hambrick, 5'10", a 190-pound senior. At the nose man, Greg Mundy. Mundy off to a good start. It was expected of him, 6'1", a 240-pound senior. The linebackers, Roger Barker. Barker, 6'4", a 200-pound senior. Brian Holter at the other linebacking spot. Holter, 6'2", a 185-pound junior. Rick Daniel. Rick, 6'3", a 200-pound junior. And Chris Barton. Barton, 5'9", the 155-pound junior. We hope you enjoy tonight's ball game, tonight's broadcast, and if you do, let our sponsors know about it. Well, one thing about this Sheridan team, Rob, they have an awful lot of athletes out for their football team.
They've got a bunch of them in blue out there. It's a lot of young players on the team, from what I understand.
And I was running down the lineups. What about the toss?
Sheridan won the toss, and they chose to defer to the second half. The Panthers chose to receive the opening kickoff. And back deep looks like Cliff Phillips and maybe Danny Cochran back there.
Cliff Phillips is one, and it is Danny Cochran back there with him. So they will stand and await the kick back inside their own 5-yard line.
A lot of folks have been anticipating this rivalry. A lot of Sheridan folks have been wanting to take on Benton for a long time.
And we are underway. The kick will come to one of the up-backs. I believe that's Rogers out of the 25-yard line, over the 30-yard line, and still on his feet as he's going to be dropped up close to the 35-yard line. As the Panthers will put it in play, 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted at the Panther 34-yard line. So Brad Collett will bring his offense onto the field for the Panthers. And expect to see that wishbone most of the night after the success of last week. Cliff Phillips starting at left halfback in place of Jones. Wishbone formation. Panthers move from left to right as you listen. Handoff goes to Phillips. Phillips tries running behind the right side of his offensive line. He's met hard as he got to the 35 and pushed back to about the 34-yard line. A tough couple of yards that time for Cliff Phillips. Set up the Panthers with a second down, and they'll still need about 8 for the 1st and 10. Ball out of the 35, marking at about the 37-yard line. Wide receiver for the Panthers goes to the left side. Wishbone formation behind Collett. As Collett calls for the football, wants to pass on second down, has a man open out there, and it's going to be incomplete, dropped up near the 45-yard line of Sheridan. As it looked like number 45, I believe, Rob, in on the intended receiver.
I think that may have been 25, Rick Daniel.
We do know it was a 5 over on the far sideline. So Benton facing a third down. They'll need 8 for the 1st and 10.
They had him open. He'd just gotten past the first line of defense and gotten into the second, gotten behind him, and he could have picked up big yardage there.
Collett will throw again on third down. Over the middle. Pass complete at the 45-yard line of the Panthers.
That time it's Goheen.
Goheen is in the ball game, and he made the reception. And the ball spotted at the Panther 45-yard line. And it is enough for the 1st and 10, so move the chains over on the far side. 1st and 10, Benton at their own 45-yard line.
Goheen, the leading receiver for the Panthers, and they need him all over the place. Hopefully that's an indication that he's healthy and ready to go tonight.
Rick Daniel in the ball game. He is wide left. Here's a handoff to Chris Phillips. Again, Phillips met hard at about the line of scrimmage and pushed back. His forward progress more than likely netted him about a yard, Rob.
It's a fired-up Sheridan defense out there right now, and they're really stacking up against the run, and it may take a little more passing from Collett to open that up.
Pick up just a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. As Goheen back in the ball game, he goes wide left. Wishbone behind Collett. Collett, play action pass, rolls right, getting pressure, gets away from one tackler. Now he'll be sacked back inside his own 40-yard line, back at about the 38-yard line. As among the tacklers back there to get him for the Hornets was Wayne Hitt, and he made the hit, Rob, inside the Panther 40. Big loss on the play.
I think it was Drew Yoakum that had broken free late, and if it hadn't been so much pressure, he would have had a big gain there. If you could have seen him.
Just underway, 9:45 left to play first quarter. It is 3rd down and long. Panther play action. Collett rolls left, wants to throw, looking deep down the field, has Phillips out there, just overthrown down near the 15-yard line.
Looks like Daniel on the receiving end there, and he was kind of asking for some interference there.
Rick turned and said something to the official, Rick Daniel, the intended receiver, and that runs the Panthers out of bounds. They'll have to punt it. Brian Holter averaged 41 yards last week on his punts. We were talking about taking a lot of time back there. Coach Pite wants him to hurry it up a little bit more.
It's just a little bit, little less time back there. I was afraid there might be susceptible to a block.
David Mooney back deep, one of the deep receivers and twin safeties. Here's the kick by Holter, and it's going to be a reverse play, as coming to the near side with it is Mike Baker, and Baker's going to be cut down. As downfield for the Panthers on the play was Cliff Phillips in on the tackle, and the return out to the Sheridan 27, maybe the 28-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Now they'll spot it inside the 25, call it the 25-yard line. So Sheridan on their first offensive possession of the night. At quarterback will be Lance Wallingford. Running room to Sheridan's right as they come up in basically a T formation. Wallingford, the quarterback, he spins, handoff, flags down, and the play is whistle dead before it starts. Brian Watkins took the handoff, but whistles blow before the play is underway. 9:25 left to play in the first quarter. Panthers took the opening kickoff, pick up 1 first down, and then had to punt the football away. Sheridan has it, and following the 5-yard walk-off, it'll be marked out to the Sheridan 29-yard line.
It was called an offsides on that play, Larry. I'm not sure what they did, but it must have been a long count of some kind, and the Panthers jumped.
So Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 5 for the Yellow Jackets at their own 30-yard line. Here's Wallingford, hand off to Watkins, big hole, right side. As Watkins out over the 35, up near the 37, maybe got it to the 38-yard line. Brian Watkins, the ball carrier, and a 1st down carry for the Yellow Jackets, as they will have it 1st and 10. The ball will be spotted at their own 37.5-yard line. Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage. T formation behind him. Here's Wallingford, spins, and handoff to the fullback, as this time the ball carrier was J.J. Humphreys, and Humphreys is over the 40-yard line, up near the Sheridan 43-yard line. Clock running with 8:38 left to play in the first quarter.
Sheridan's really fired up for this game, and Benton will need to kind of squelch that with some defense here, if they can, bring them back down to earth.
Yellow Jackets will have it. 2nd down. They'll lead about 5. T formation. Handoff Humphreys. He tries the left side this time over the 45 and bounced down to about the 47-yard line to the Yellow Jackets. As correction, Brian Watkins, the ball carrier. Watkins at fullback. And that's basically a T formation they run with a fullback.
They call it a diamond. Yeah, they call it a diamond. And it's basically run like a T. It's a reverse, kind of a reverse wishbone.
Yellow Jackets move from right to left. The handoff goes to Watkins once again. This time he is hit and caught as he tried to jump across the line of scrimmage.
Big pop there. I believe that was Adam Wright on the tackle.
So the Panther defense stops him, but it's enough for the 1st and 10 as Brian Watkins just kind of dove over for the 1st and 10. And the ball will be spotted up near the midfield stripe. Call it the 49-yard line, 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets. Clock running, 7:42 left to play first quarter. Running room to the Yellow Jackets right as they come to the line of scrimmage. Wallingford, quick pitch goes to Humphreys, right side. Humphreys, not much running room this time. As we see big number 72 getting up off the bottom of the pile for the Panthers. Pick up out over midfield into Panther territory inside the Benton 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. The Yellow Jackets looking at about 7 for the 1st and 10. No score in the ball game. Early first quarter. 2 tight ends. Now they come out. Man in motion is Humphreys. Handoff goes to the first man through. He's going to be met at about the line of scrimmage. Forward progress.
Bearden and Barker did a good job on that play. Make the stop.
The carry will pick up maybe a yard as the ball inside the Panther 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Jackets will still need about 7 for the 1st and 10. 2 tight end formation as they go back to that diamond T. Fullback plays deep. The halfback's up close. Handoff goes. Quick pitch now. It comes out to Humphreys. Humphreys at the 45-yard line. Humphreys the 40, finally pulled down and pulled out of bounds on the far side up near the Panther 38-yard line.
I think that play will be called back. I think Humphreys himself was the one who jumped a little bit early, just moved after setting his hand in the backfield, and that will be a motion penalty.
Flag was dropped at the line of scrimmage, and the Jackets are coming back as they walk dejectedly back toward their own goal line. So called a good run by Humphreys. J.J. Humphreys back. Motion call against Sheridan. 6:16 left to play in the first quarter. Penalty will move the ball back on the Jackets side of the 50 at their own 48-yard line.
It really is a big play. It turns a 1st down back into a 3rd and 10 at the 49.
Wide receivers to either side of the field this time as they come out of that T formation. Wallingford rolls right, getting some pressure, getting hit, getting dropped in the backfield.
Looks like Heath Nix got in there. A lot of pressure from Adam Wright as well. Is that Nix or is that...
Greg Lundy was also
Harville
there. And Harville.
James Harville.
So he got the big rush in the white jersey to Panthers on the 3rd and 10 play. The loss is all the way back inside the Yellow Jacket 40, back at their own 37.5-yard line. So they'll punt the ball away as Rick Daniel will drop back deep. We'll see if Goheen is returning punts over on the far side. There's that Alan Bearden. Here's the snap and the punt. Wobbly kick high up in the air. It's going to be short, taken at the Benton 35-yard line on the fair catch. As on the fair catch for the Panthers was Chris Barton. So the Panthers get pretty good field position out of that. Ball will be spotted inside the Benton 35, back at the call it 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers. And 5:17 left to play in the first quarter.
That was just a 29-yard punt. So Benton got pretty good field position considering.
Goheen goes wide to the left for Benton.
Big play on that defensive stand there by Harville to get that sack to really knock the position around.
Here's Collett, play action as he fakes, rolls left, passes downfield, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Goheen over on the far side at about the midfield stripe. But it's incomplete.
Good play by the defensive back on that side for Sheridan.
That'll stop the clock. At 5:11 remaining first quarter, we have no score. Benton coming off that big 21-0 win over Arkadelphia. Sheridan coming off a 27-7 loss to Fordyce. 2nd down and 10 for Benton. Wishbone. Wide man to the left side of the field. Here's play action again by Collett. He rolls left. He'll run now. Collett up over the 35 and knocked out of bounds over on the far side at about the 38-yard line. Brad Collett on the carry. He faked up the middle on the option. Roll left. Could find nobody open. Tucked it in and ran it out to the Panther 38-yard line. That'll bring up a third down and still about 6 needed for the 1st and 10.
They run that play several times, sending the receiver on that side deep, and that time he was well covered. Collett took the option of running and gained some yardage, got some positive things out of it.
Panthers move from left to right. Goheen comes to the right side of the field. That's the wide side. Running room to that side for the Panthers. Collett, third down play is going to be snuffed back behind the line of scrimmage for about a yard loss, as Brad tried to come down the line of scrimmage, and he was hit behind it and dropped for about a yard loss. That'll run the Panthers out of downs. 4:48 left to play first quarter.
Ben Forte made a good play, the defensive end on that side, to stuff that play. Collett couldn't even get a pitch away after he was grabbed.
So Brian Lim will drop back deep for the Yellow Jackets. And back there with him will be David Mooney. So Lim and Mooney will await the kick from Brian Holter. Line of scrimmage to the 37-yard line. Here's Holter's kick. Pretty nice kick. It'll come to Lim at the 30. And he's going to be tackled as they were thinking about making the reverse play or the fake reverse. And downfield on the tackle for the Panthers, making a great defensive play that time.
I believe that was Russ Browning.
Russ Browning, as he caught him from behind, as Lim had his back to the defender, as they were looking at either a reverse or a fake reverse on the punt return. And the Jackets take over 1st and 10. They'll have the ball inside their own 30 at their own 27-yard line. Yellow Jackets to the line of scrimmage. This time they will not be in that T formation. Split backfield behind the quarterback. Humphreys in motion. Spin. Handoff goes to the first man through as Brad Long, the ball carrier. Brad's out over the 30, down near the 34-yard line. Had just a quick opening there. It'll be 2nd down and about 4, so give Brad Long a pickup of 6 on the play. Ball is spotted at the 33-yard line of Sheridan. Back in that diamond T this time. Wallingford spins, hands off to Watkins. Watkins is going to be hit as it came across the line of scrimmage and picked up about a yard, as the Benton defense giving up not much that time, Rob.
Good, tough defensive stand. Wallingford running, the running back running hard on that play. Did a good job.
3:23 left to play first quarter. 1st and 10. It was enough for the 1st and 10 on the carry. Diamond T once again. Quick pitch goes to Brad Long, and Brad Long is going to be over the 40, near the 42-yard line. As getting up off the bottom of the Benton pile this time. That's coming up in the linebacker spot was Roger Barker. So Barker in on the play defensively. Ball moved out over the 40 to the Sheridan 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down after a pickup of 5. The Jackets need about 5 for the 1st and 10. Running room to the Jackets right as they come to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion. Here's Wallingford. He'll hand off to the first man through, and this time the ball carrier is Humphreys, and Humphreys is going to be stacked up. Or just checking into the ball game for Sheridan, and on the carry as the number 22, and I don't have him on the roster, Rob. But the carry is out over the 45 to the Jacket 46-yard line. And that will bring up a 3rd down, and the Jackets still need about 2 for the 1st and 10. Clock running, 2:09 left to play in the first quarter. Wallingford sets him in the tee. Handoff to Brian Watkins, and he is met hard. It's coming up from linebacker. You see Roger Barker there and getting up off the bottom of the pile. Big number 77, Heath Nick. Good defense that time by the Panthers.
But they did get enough for the 1st down.
Just got enough for the 1st and 10. Watkins was hit hard as it came across the line of scrimmage, but it is a 1st and 10 for the Jackets. Mark the ball in Benton territory at the at the Jacket 49-yard line. Wallingford sends Humphreys in motion to the right. Quick pitch goes to Watkins, right side. Watkins going to be knocked down. Over on the far side as Watkins tried to get outside on the quick pitch.
Good play by Adam Wright, getting out there outside to make a good tackle on that play, hold him to no gain.
So Wright comes up. As they got the quick pitch to Watkins, he could not turn the corner.
He had a lot of blocking out in front of him, but somehow Wright got through it all and made the tackle. Good play.
Wright fought his way through there, so that sets up a second down and still 10. No gain on the play. Ball is at the Jacket 49-yard line as they come to the line of scrimmage. Again, they'll be in that diamond tee. Ball squarely in the middle of the field. Humphreys in motion back to the far side. Handoff goes to Brad Long, and Long is going to be into Benton territory as he fights his way forward down to about the 48-yard line. It'll be third down, and the Jackets will still need about between 6 and 7 for the 1st and 10.
They've been doing a good job of running the football against the Panthers, but it's been mostly in the middle of the field.
Third down, call it 7.
This will be a big play right here.
Wide man comes to the left side. Split backfield behind Wallingsford. Wallingsford drops back. He wants to throw down the middle. Has a pass complete at the 40-yard line and down to the Panther 35-yard line. As the completion was made to the Yellow Jackets, Benji Forte, and Forte is inside the Panther 35 to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Sheridan with only 13 seconds remaining first quarter. Jackets on the move against the Panther defense. 1st and 10 at the Panther 34. Here's Wallingford. Handoff goes to Brad Long. As Long on the last play of the first quarter will fight down near the Panther 35-yard line. That is the end of the first quarter with our score. Benton nothing. The Sheridan Yellow Jackets nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment.
Watch your pads. Sometimes right when the play, when you're looking at the play, you get right in my, I can't see anything and I lose it.
Sorry.
As we start the second quarter of action, Larry Hart along with Rob Patrick and Brian Watkins just banged his way deeper into Panther territory inside the Panther 25 to about the 23-yard line. So it's another 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They have it at the Panther 23-yard line. Running room to the Panthers left as Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage. Two backs behind him this time. Handoff goes to Watkins, and again he has some running room behind the right side of his offensive line, and he cuts it back up the middle, and he is inside the 20, down near the 18-yard line. Rob, it's getting real difficult to get these yard lines already with all the markers knocked down and the field not marked.
I'll tell you, Sheridan's doing a good job on the offensive line. They're controlling the line of scrimmage right now. Benton's really going to have to bow up here.
It'll be 1st and 10 as rather a second down play as the quarterback on a keeper play to the left-hand side. Wallingford kept to the left. Not much doing that time as they'll get it down near the 15-yard line. We'll bring up a third down play.
It's a very crisp offense. They're doing a lot of quick hitting things and really getting to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. It's impressive drive by the Yellow Jackets here.
Third down, Jackets need about 2. They're at the Panther 15-yard line as Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage. Wallingford, and the handoff goes to Watkins again as he bursts right up the middle down near the Panther 5-yard line. As he had an initial burst of speed that got him past the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 1st and goal as the ball is going to be marked
Be right
inside
at the 5,
Benton at about the 5-yard line. Nose of the football right at the 5. Just underway here in the second quarter. 10:21 left to play, first half. First and goal from the 5 as Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage. Wallingford man in motion back to the near side, and it looked like the motion on the right side of the offensive line for Sheridan.
That's a break for the Panthers. Sheridan really had some momentum going, picking up chunks of yardage. And if this goes against them, they'll have a first and goal at the 10, and it'll be a little more difficult to get it into the end zone.
Oh,
they
no.
called it against Benton.
Offside, Benton. Benton called for the offside, so that'll be half the distance to the goal line. It'll be first and goal from just outside the 2-yard line, where we saw movement on the right side of the Sheridan line. Thought for sure the call was going against the Jackets. It does not. It goes against the Panthers. First and goal for Sheridan, just outside the Panther 2, as Wallingford brings him to the line of scrimmage. Sets his offense. Wallingford has it, as he'll hand off. This time Watkins is met hard at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
Roger Barker right there. James Harville. Good surge. There's Holster getting up.
I think I saw number 36 getting up too, Rob. But a great defensive play by that Panther defense, as Watkins on the previous 2 or 3 plays had been bursting through there for big yardage. And we have a timeout on the field taken by the Jackets with the score. Benton nothing, the Sheridan Yellow Jackets nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment. Is that water?
This new part.
Who? Oh, yeah, my brother. My little brother.
I'm Joe Young, telling you, man.
Joe Young? I'll tell him. I'll tell him.
You mean there's more than one of you?
Yeah. Back in Sheridan, Larry Hart along with Rob Patrick. 9:40 showing on the scoreboard clock, and that last defensive play was a big one so far for the Panthers.
It is, but that the penalty made it first and goal at the 2, and it's going to have to be. They're going to have a couple more of those before they can breathe easy here. It's been an impressive drive by Sheridan. They've really controlled the clock. They've had 2 long drives. This one started back at their own 27, and here they are knocking on the door.
There's no doubt this Sheridan Yellow Jacket team is fired up for the Panthers tonight as they come to the line of scrimmage. It is a second down and goal from just outside the 2-yard line. I think you can tell we're on the Sheridan side of the field tonight. Second down play, handoff Watkins again. Watkins hit hard as he tried the left side. He was driven back again. His surge might have gotten him about a yard in that, Rob, but he was hit hard and stood up once again.
They say he scored.
Oh, my goodness. They gave him the touchdown on the play as he nudged it over the goal line for the touchdown for the Sheridan Yellow Jackets on a very delayed call.
Must have just been under the pile and been on the line with the football. That's the only thing I can figure.
So a 2-yard run by Brian Watkins. Touchdown coming with 9:29 left to play in the first half. And Sheridan has gone down in front of Benton by a score of 6-0. As in the kick for the Jackets will be Kevin Yarberry. Here's the snap. Ball is put down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Timeout on the field with a score. Sheridan 7, Benton nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment. Oh, 30. Carry by Watkins, he was hit at about the line of scrimmage, and I thought sure they had him stopped, Rob, but he snuck in under the pile, as you said, somehow.
There was a surge on the line of scrimmage by the offensive line, and looked like he'd been stopped at about the 1 to me, but evidently he squirmed through and got into at least to the goal line, and it took him a little while to decide that he had made it, but they put the 6 on the board, and Yarberry tacked on the extra point, and now he's set to kick off. The Panthers have got to come from behind if they're going to win this one.
And back deep will be Danny Cochran and Chris Phillips, or the Cliff Phillips. to await the kick from Yarberry. Here's Yarberry's kick. Again, it's a high kick. It'll be short. Will come to one of the up-backs. I believe that's Rogers out over the 20. Comes across the 20. Hit hard at about the 24-yard line.
Roger Hughes on the return that time, I believe.
So it's Hughes on the return. And this Sheridan ball club is fired up. Benton has it 1st and 10. It'll be spotted at the Benton 24-yard line, or call it the 25. Knows the football just shy of the 25. We have 9:24 left to play in the first half. As coming out wide to the left side will be Welch this time for the Panthers. Ball squarely in the middle of the field for the Benton offense. Here's Collett. Quick pass over the middle is incomplete. As going up high for the pass, the intended receiver was, is that Drew Yoakum?
I believe so.
Drew Yoakum, the intended receiver.
There's a lot of contact on that play.
A lot of blue jerseys hanging on him. Drew went high in the air, got his hands on the ball, but could not pull it in. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Benton from the Panther 25-yard line. Goheen is back in the ball game. He'll come wide to the left. Backs in the wishbone behind Collett. Here's Collett. Option left, and he's over the 25, out to the 27. Got up close to the 30-yard line that time. As in on the play for the Yellow Jackets defensively was Johnny Cotton.
Collett found the seam nicely there and picked up 6 yards. He's really been as much of a running threat as the Panthers have had so far. A total of 4 yards rushing for the Panthers.
Ball at the Panther 30-yard line. It is 3rd down. They still need about 5 for the 1st and 10. Collett at the line of scrimmage. Collett wants to throw. Near side. Pass is caught over at the 45-yard line on the far side. As going up high to make a nice catch for the Panthers.
Rick Daniel on the catch, I think. Nice catch, and with his hands up high, and Collett threaded it right in there. A good positive play for the Panthers, and they needed something like that.
Just kind of glided up in the air, didn't he? Like
17-yard gain.
Looked like a swan. 1st and 10 Panthers out of the 45 to the 47-yard line. Their own 47. Backs in the wishbone. Here's Collett, and the handoff. In the backfield for the Panthers, Ian Perry took the handoff, and Perry is
that was Rogers on the carry-on.
Is that Rogers? I thought that was number 2. Give Rogers the carry as he takes it into Yellow Jacket territory at the 49-yard line. We'll set up a 2nd down at the Jacket 49. Panthers looking at about 6 yards needed for the 1st and 10. Yoakum the tight end to the right side. Wide receiver split to the left. Collett comes left once again on the option. Collett, the 50, the 45, the 40, knocked down hard at the 35, inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line.
Big 15-yard pickup, and he really read the option well, and it broke open for Collett. Got outside for the biggest gain of the night. Outside of that, the 2 biggest games they're right in, they're just about in succession with the 17-yard pass and now this 15-yard run, and the Panthers have something going.
So it's 1st and 10 Panthers, the ball at the 34-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Panthers move from right to left as you listen here in the first quarter. Running room to the Panthers' right, wide receiver to that side of the field. Collett will throw. Collett throws incomplete.
Just
pass intended for
that.
Goheen. As the pass overthrown by Brad down around the 20-yard line, intended for Jake Goheen. Incompletion will stop the clock with 7:34 left to play in the first half. It's Sheridan 7 and Benton nothing.
That's a play they like a lot, a slant pass in there. That time, ball just got away from Collett. Goheen looked like he had a little room, but they just didn't make connection.
Rick Daniel back in the ball game. He is split wide to the right. Wishbone formation. Collett on a play-action pass, rolls right. Now he'll keep. Collett at the 30-yard line, breaks the tackle, 25-yard line, inside the 25 to about the 24, maybe the 23 over on the far side before he's knocked down. Good job again by Brad Collett.
Had David McGee out there. If he'd have waited a minute, McGee would have put a block on him, but the guy McGee probably would have blocked. Collett shook the tackle of and picked up a 1st down. It was a nice run. Good effort.
So set it up 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They'll have the ball inside the 25 at the Jacket 23-yard line. Clock continues to run with 7:17 left to play in the first half. Goheen will come wide to the left. Wishbone again behind Collett. It's been wishbone all night for the Panthers. Collett, handoff to Phillips. Phillips running room inside the 15-yard line. Down near the 10-yard line goes Cliff Phillips.
The Panthers have really responded positively from getting down, but now we've got an injured player on the field, and I can't see.
Haven't picked up his number. He's trying to get up. I saw a 2.
I'm going to speculate on who it is, but it looks like it may be Brad Collett, and
I saw
that's a bad
2,
sign.
and now I can see a 1. I believe it is a 12. So Brad was...
He's moving his leg, so we know it's not a leg injury. I don't think it is. We'll not speculate any further and just hope for the best.
We have an injury timeout on the field with the score Sheridan 7, Benton nothing.
Uh-oh.
Let's hold it right here just a second. Coach Dwight Fight is going out on the field. I think he wants maybe a roughing call on Brad Collett.
And it's ending up being a penalty on Coach Fight for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Coach Goodell is out there trying to get Coach Fight off the field.
He was looking for a roughing, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and he's unhappy. And
Coach Fight has his hat off. He's very unhappy.
It's okay for him to come onto the field to check his player, but it's not okay for him to come onto the field and argue.
So when play resumes, we'll see if this injury plus the penalty will kill some of the momentum of the Benton Panthers. But we do have an injury timeout on the field with the score Sheridan 7 and Benton nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment. Yeah. Number 11, Gary Tidball. Larry Hart, along with Rob Patrick. It was Brad Collett. He's up on his feet and walking off pretty much under his own power, Rob.
I think probably he got his bell rung, probably from a hit that was unexpected, and really fired up the Benton offense. He's going out, and they'll probably send in. They are going to step off the penalty against Coach Fight. Looks like a 15-yarder, and that's going to hurt. They're calling it a personal foul against Benton, and it's charging up both teams. We'll see what happens here, but
you can hear the boos start up on the other side of the field where the Benton Panther fans are. That was quickly drowned out from this side to near side.
It kind of puts the Panthers in a bind because it's 1st and 25 now.
They have the ball at the 26-yard line. Tidball, bad pitch. Tidball falls on it. Tidball, Sheridan's ball. Sheridan came up with the football at the 33-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. It certainly, can you hear me, Rob?
Just barely.
It certainly looked like Tidball had fallen on it.
Well, it was a scramble. It looked like two of them fell on it at the same time, and the Sheridan player got on it first. And what a bad break for the Panthers, and really for Gary Tidball, it's a tough break for him that he came in the first chance he got the chance to take a snap, and he fumbles it away.
So Sheridan takes it back, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Wallingford will throw, rolling, getting pressure, back deep, rolls away from one tackler. Now he's in trouble. He'll be dumped back at the 15-yard line.
And this thing, all of a sudden, this rivalry is taking on a new meaning for both teams. Big play. There's a scramble on the field, some disagreements between the players, and big play by 79. Adam Rye was back there, 36. Greg Mundy, and
they did a lot of chasing back there, didn't they?
They did.
Finally,
Nick was in on it. It looked like Mundy and Wright were the ones that finally put him down.
Back at the 15-yard line, it's 2nd down and 25 for Sheridan. Here's Wallingford heading off to Watkins. He's fouled up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play as he barely got back. He could have lost a half yard, possibly. He was met hard as he tried up the middle. Brian Watkins, who scored the Sheridan touchdown.
I tell you what, both teams are really fired up right now, and I don't know if I'd want that Benton Panther defense mad because they've got some big guys, some talent on that side, and it's going to be a war from here on out.
And I'll tell you what, we need to brag in this Benton crowd. There's not many empty seats across the way, Rob.
Well, this is a natural rivalry. Both teams will bring a lot of fans wherever it's played. 3rd
down and 25 for the Jackets. Ball back at their own 15-yard line. Wallingford will keep the ball and go absolutely nowhere, maybe a couple of yards out of the 15 to about the 17. But compared to what he needed, that's nowhere.
That looked like just a busted play, and the Jackets are just trying to take care of the football now. and now they're going to be forced to punt. And Benton, despite all the things that happened to them bad, may have really come out of this with some momentum and some incentive in this game, and it may really turn against Sheridan if they can do something with this possession.
So the Jackets will punt the ball away. Panthers should wind up with pretty good field position after the kick. Here's the kick. Not much of a rush. It's a high spiraling kick. It's going to be taken on the run and dropped on the tackle downfield for the Jackets. As that ball was taken on the run by the Panther deep man, and he's into Jacket territory inside the 45 at about the 43-yard line.
Was that Rick Daniel? I'm not sure.
I think it was Daniel.
Whoever it was made a great catch of the ball in some traffic and really took a shot. It was a courageous play.
He caught it on the run, heading right into the defenders. But the Panthers, good field position inside the 45, call it the 43-yard line. Tidball, Collett's back in there. Collett hands off. Good running room behind the right side of the offensive line as the Panthers down to the 35-yard line.
That was Cliff Phillips on that carry, and another good search by Cliff and that offensive line.
Mark it inside the 35 to the 34. Will set up a second down, and the Panthers will need just a couple for the 1st and 10. Call it second down and 2 from the 34-yard line. They're at the line of scrimmage in the wishbone. Here's Collett. Collett spins, hands off to
that's Barker in there.
Roger Barker in the ball game, and Barker's going to fight his way down here the 20-yard line. As Roger Barker in the ball game on offense at a running back spot for the Panthers. Another 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Call it the 27, I believe.
So the Panthers with the 1st and 10, and they've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to put something on the board before halftime. Sheridan leads 7-zip. Wishbone formation. Collett is back in the ball game. He's okay. Hand off to Phillips this time as Phillips is inside the 25, down now the 23, it looks like from here, Rob, over on the far side. Mundy's also in the ball game and on offense right now for the Panthers. Cliff Phillips will check out of the ball game.
He's alternating his backs in there, getting Mundy in and Barker in there for some blocking. And also Barker running the football real well the last time he touched it.
Second down and 6 from the Sheridan 22. Handoff goes to Rogers, and Rogers is going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. Not much doing that time for Greg Rogers as he tried to fight off a couple of tacklers and veer to the outside, but he stopped cold at about the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain. Panthers look at a 3rd down and 26 for the 1st and 10. The ball is at the Sheridan 22-yard line. 3rd down and between 5 and 6 needed for the 1st and 10.
This is 4-down territory. You might see something down here, something surprising.
Here's Collett. Collett, play action, rolls up. He's going to be sacked.
That wasn't exactly what they had in mind.
Back there defensively was Steve Reeves, and he grabbed Collett and threw him for the loss. Back outside the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and long. You're right about that. They didn't need that.
It was the wrong kind of surprise.
So it's 4th down. Ball is marked as just outside the 27-yard line. Panthers will go on 4th down. Collett has him at the line of scrimmage. Here's Collett, wants to throw, looking, has it intercepted. Back out at the 20-yard line and over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. As coming up with the interception for the Sheridan Yellow Jackets was Sean Woodward. And the Jackets with a big interception. On the return by Woodward, he brings it back to the 33. Clock is stopped with 1:28 left to play in the first half.
The longer Sheridan stays in this game, the more they believe they can win it, and they certainly made a big step towards that right there and with stopping the Benton drive.
So Sheridan with the ball back. Wallingford quick pitch goes to Brad Long, and Long is going to be stopped along the line of scrimmage as he tried to go wide left and got it back to the 33, across the 33, across the 35, right at the 35. Nose of the football just over the 35. So a pickup of just a couple will set up a second down, and still 8 needed for the 1st and 10. Less than a minute remaining to be played here in the first half. Sheridan 7, Benton nothing. Sheridan scoring on about a 2-yard touchdown run by Brian Watkins. Clock continues to roll as Wallingford brings them to the line of scrimmage in that diamond T formation. Quick pitch goes to Long. Long comes right side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped.
Adam Wright again,
Wright,
along with Roger Hughes. A nice play. Really cut him down.
Lost back inside the 35. They'll mark it at about the 33-yard line. What could be the last play of the first half. As just 24 seconds, the clock is stopped, however, as we do have a timeout on the field with the score, Sheridan 7. Line of scrimmage, man in motion back to the near side. Wallingford on a draw play will hand off to Brad Long, and Long's not going to get much. He got it back to about the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard more, and again, Benton will take a timeout to stop the clock.
Little trickery there. Wallingford looked like he was going.
Play first half. Here's the snap. Big rush. Gets the punt away. It's not a particularly good punt. Comes to Barton as he'll make the fair catch. And the fair catch made back inside the 45 at about the 44-yard line. So the Panthers will have 13 seconds to work with here in the first half, trailing 7-0.
I imagine they'll put it up and give somebody a chance to. They've got some great athletes out there. Rick Daniel can run and jump. They may throw one up, Hail Mary, and see if he can get under it. But right now it looks like Goheen, who's pretty acrobatic in his own right.
Goheen will go wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field for the Panthers as Collett brings him up in the wishbone. Collett has his offense set. Little play action, throws out in the flat. It's going to be underthrown. Somebody might have gotten a hand on that. I'm not sure, Rob.
Collett got hit just as he was letting it go and didn't get anything behind the pass at all. And it's impressive, Sheridan getting some penetration on these short passes.
So the Panthers have 9 seconds left now to work with. Goheen stays in the ball game. He'll come wide to the right. Little at fullback. Wishbone formation behind Collett. Here's Collett. Little play action again. He throws to the right side, intended for Goheen. Intercepted again. Sheridan has it back at the 50, the 45-yard line. Still on his feet over on the near side. Finally knocked down as the first half comes to an end on the interception. That's the end of the first half with our score. The Sheridan Yellow Jackets 7 and the Benton Panthers nothing. We'll be back with halftime activities after this 60-second timeout. It's 7 and the Benton Panthers nothing, and what should be a great second half.
Larry Sheridan's got to really feel good about where they're at right now. They have taken taken good shots from Benton, and they've held on to this lead. They controlled the line of scrimmage for the first part of the half, got Benton back on its heels. There was that one big play that we talked about that changed the emotions of the game, but then Sheridan came right back and picked up 3 quick turnovers before the end of the half, and considering that they lost last week 27-7 to Fordyce and were a little bit down, they've really got to feel good about where they're at right now, leading 7-0 at the half against Benton, and Benton's kind of wavering right now because I think they're probably a little bit surprised that they're behind at the half.
I'll tell you one thing, the crowd involvement has not been lacking in this ball game from either side.
It is really a good natural rivalry with Benton and Sheridan being so close, and I think it's going to be something that Coach Fight and Coach Campbell will continue, and it should bring in a lot of fans and generate a lot of interest because Sheridan's program is on the way up now. And, of course, Benton Coach Fight has established something here at Benton that will no doubt continue. And it should turn into a great emotional rivalry, and that emotion in the first half will do nothing but intensify it as it goes along.
Might mention, too, Rob, that you can see the replay of this game on Falcon Cablevision, Channel 4 on Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And Falcon Cable serves some of the Sheridan area also, so Yeah, a lot of folks will be able to see this ball game on cable. That's Sunday nights at 7 o'clock on Cablevision 4 in Benton. Well, both teams are back on the field. We've had a rather long halftime, and while we have the opportunity, we'll take time in for one more 60-second break before the second half kickoff. Will you watch my level? I'm on this mic right here. If it looks like it's getting too loud, I can't see it up here. Well, as we start the second half of play, a short kick by the Panthers, taken by the Yellow Jackets, and returned out over the 30 to the 32-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets have the ball to open up the third quarter of play. It's Sheridan 7 and Benton nothing. Jackets will start on their own 32-yard line. Here in the third quarter, the Panthers will be moving from right to left across your radio dial. Running room will be to the Jackets' left as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Wallingsford, the quarterback, hands off to Watkins. Watkins breaks a couple of tackles. He's out over the 35, and up near the 36-yard line goes Brian Watkins, who scored the Sheridan touchdown in the second quarter. Just underway here in the third quarter. Gain out over the 35, call up the 36, will set up a second down, and the Jackets will need about 6 for the 1st and 10. As Brian Lim checks into the offensive huddle for Sheridan. Yellow Jackets making many substitutions tonight. Second down and 6.
Coach Campbell said they'd play a lot of players.
And they come up and are not in that diamond tee this time. Wallingsford spins, hands off, and some running room up the middle this time as the ball carrier in there that time for the Yellow Jackets. Just into the ball game was John Hicks.
Little trap play there and picked up some good yardage.
And Hicks is up to the 40-yard line. We'll bring up a third down, and the Jackets will need 2 for the 1st and 10. And those are the football just over the Jacket 40-yard line. Third down and about 2. Left side, Wallingsford keeps the football, or rather hands off the football to Watkins, and Watkins is over the 40 to the 42 and up near that first down marker. Be very close. We'll have an official timeout, bring the chains in from across the side to take a closer look at it.
That's what you call a power sweep there. They pitched the ball back. Everybody went out and led that play. Tried to just power the ball for the 2 yards they needed for the first down.
Looks from here like he might just have it. Yeah, Benton's indicating he might be short.
Just a little.
Just a little bit short. So that brings up a 4th down and just inches to go, maybe just an inch to go. On a 4th down play for Sheridan, they have it at their own 42.5-yard line.
This is a little risky right here, going for it on your own 42-yard line, and early in the second half could be a real momentum swing if you don't make it.
If the Benton defense could rise to the occasion here, what a momentum builder that will be. And here comes the crowd noise from the Sheridan side over here. Handoff goes right up the middle. It's going to be his forward progress. Should have him the 1st and 10 out near the 44-yard line. As the ball carrier on the play was Lim. Brian Lim in the ball game, and a Panther is shaken up, getting up slowly off the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Sheridan. Mark the ball at the Sheridan 43-yard line.
Like Brian Holter holding a wrist.
So Sheridan goes for it on the 4th and inches to go in their own territory at their own 43, and they just pick it up. We're early in the third quarter, 9:51 left to play.
Coach Campbell showing a little confidence in his offense there, and that came through for him.
Here's Wallingford. Quick pitch goes to Lim. Lim right side, 45. Lim the 50. Jumps a tackler at the 45. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 45 at about the 43-yard line. Well, Michael Lim, seeing some early action here in the third quarter, is doing a good job for the Jackets. It's another first and 10 play as the ball in Panther territory inside the 45 down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 Jackets. They already lead in this ball game by a score of 7-0. Running room will be to the Jackets' left as they come to the line of scrimmage. They come out of the diamond tee this time as Wallingford calls for the football. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Brad Long. Long tries the left side. And Long is inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Brad Long, the ball carrier.
Again, Sheridan taking control of the line of scrimmage. They picked up 2 first downs and face a 2nd and 6, looks like here.
Long picked up about 4 on that last carry. It is 2nd down and 4. Jackets with the ball at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. Man in motion back to the near side. Wallingford handoff to Lim. Lim goes right up the middle with it this time and picks up only about a yard. And that was a tough yard as he hit down inside the 37. Might have gotten it to the 36-yard line as we unpile. We'll see where they'll spot the ball. It'll be spotted up near the 36-yard line. Sets up Sheridan with a 3rd down. And they will still need about 6 for the first, but make that about 4 for the 1st and 10. 3rd down and 4 in Benton territory. Just outside the 36-yard line. Wallingford brings him to the line of scrimmage. Has him set. Wallingford spins. He'll keep left side. Has running room. And he's inside the 35, down near the 33. Maybe got it to the 32-yard line that time, Rob.
Be close to a first down. He actually pitched it to Long there. It's a quick pitch. This will be, they'll probably have to take another measurement here.
It will be close. The quarterback, Wallingford, doesn't seem to be extremely fast, but he's doing a good job with the football.
They're really trying to power as much as they can, send everybody in front of the ball carrier and control the clock, keep the ball away from the Panthers, and
this time they
pick up another first down.
1st and 10 Sheridan. As the ball will be marked at the Panther 33-yard line. 7:59 left to play in the third quarter. Sheridan with the football after taking the opening kickoff, and they are on the move. Went for it on one series of downs on a 4th and inches and picked it up. 1st and 10 Sheridan from the 33, and flags drop. And let's see if there was some movement on the left side of that Sheridan offensive line. Don't want to speculate again because the last time he thought that it was against Benton. But this time it is against Sheridan. Offside Sheridan. That'll cost him 5 and set him back a little further, a little deeper. And
one of the Panthers jumped on that play, but he was drawn off.
So that'll set the ball back outside the 35 to the 37-yard line. We'll set up a 1st and 15.
This is then where Benton needs to make their stand defensively. With the 1st and 15, Sheridan has been running the ball and only passed the ball once in this game at all.
Wallingford,
and there's another
again, looked like motion on the right side. They had a man in motion, but there also looked like either a tackle or a guard moved on the right side of the Sheridan line. It is a procedure call, illegal motion against Sheridan, so rack up 5 more going the other way for the Yellow Jackets.
May have been it's kind of a change of style for Sheridan. They've been going on a quick count, and they may have crossed themselves up by going with longer counts here.
And that's going to set them back outside the Benton 40 to the 42-yard line. Just inside the 42. And it's 1st and 20 now for the Jackets. Again, man in motion back to the left side. Here's Wallingford, and he hands off to the first man through right at the middle. Inside the 35 down to about the 34-yard line as the ball carrier for the Yellow Jackets was Sean Woodward. And Woodward picks up yardage to the 33-yard line of Benton. It'll be 2nd down after a pickup of close to 4. Call it 2nd down and 16 for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Wallingford sets his offense. Diamond T formation again. Wallingford will keep right side. 35. He's inside the 35. Down near the 31-yard line goes Wallingford.
Looked like he had an option to keep it pitch it or pass it there, and he tucked it under, tucked it up, and took it himself. But now he's down.
He took a pretty good lick there, as he was hit near the 30, about the 31-yard line, and we have an injury time out of the field with the score Sheridan 7 and Benton nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment. Back in Sheridan, as Wallingsford is still down, as he took a real hard lick at about the 31.
And he was kind of in an awkward position when he took that lick, and looks like, well,
he really seems to be really a straight-up runner, too, have you noticed?
Yeah. Let's see what he did a good job of taking the best option there.
He was knocked down just shy of the Benton 30-yard line, as it looks like they may be looking at his arm from here.
This the 3rd and 11 at the 33 is the situation here, and if Wallingsford has to come out for any length of time, this could be a real turning point in the game.
Well, both starting quarterbacks have been injured tonight. Collett was shaken up, missed just one play, I believe, as Benton fumbled. And Collett was back in on the next series of downs.
The thing that concerns you about this is that they're working with Wallingsford's knee there, his left knee, looks like, and that's not good.
Well, it looks like this will take just a while, so while we have the opportunity, once again, we'll take time in for this 60-second break.
I'm trying to tell you, his leg was...
I just saw your arm going out of the corner of my eye. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not Wallingsford.
Steve Reeves.
It's going to be a big sigh of relief for the Sheridan fans.
We're back at play. It was not Wallingsford that was shaken up, but Steve Reeves, and Wallingsford is still in the ball game as he drops straight back, throws down the middle, and the pass is almost picked off by the Panthers. As I believe is that Daniel in on the play defensively in the secondary.
I couldn't really tell if that was, looks like Russ Browning in there.
Russ Browning possibly in on, but we thought that was Wallingsford. It was 88, not 18, that was shaking Steve Reeves, one of the...
And he did come off on his own power, putting a little bit of weight on that knee, so that's encouraging news. And sorry to scare the Sheridan fans there with news that it was Wallingsford, but just as sorry to let them know that it was Reeves.
4th down and 11. 4th and 11 for the Jackets at the Benton 33-yard line. Wallingsford sets them at the line of scrimmage. Here's a punt. High, wobbly kick. And a fair catch is called for. The ball will hit at about the 22. As he shanked it, it'll roll out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. So Benton stopped what had started out to be a good-looking Sheridan drive to open up the second half. Benton has not touched the ball. We have 6:06 left to play in the third quarter. So the Panthers take over, trailing in this game 7-0.
Sheridan contributed to that stop for Benton by having a couple of offsides penalties and giving them long yardage plays. Benton took advantage by going ahead and stopping Sheridan, and but a lot of that Sheridan did to themselves. Now the Panthers need to take control of the offense.
Matt Welch will come wide to the left side. That's a short side of the field for the Panthers. They are in the wishbone. Collett spins. Handoff left side. Some running room for Greg Rogers as Rogers out over the 20 up near the 24-yard line for the Panthers this time, and a good run that time by Greg Rogers. A pickup of close to between 6 and 7 on the play. Will set up the Panthers with a second down, and they'll need between 3 and 4 for the 1st and 10 Ball is out at the 24-yard line of the Panthers. Second down and call it 3.
It's really the offensive line for the Panthers that's going to have to take control of this game.
Again, Collett spins. Handoff goes to Holter, or rather Barker in the ball game. And Barker is over the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Goes Roger Barker.
Somebody just got a hold of his ankle there and to bring him down. Otherwise, he had some running room.
Spot the ball at about the 26-yard line. Sets up the third down. And the Panthers will need just a couple for the 1st and 10. Again, Welch comes wide to the left side as Collett brings his offense and sets him at the line of scrimmage in the wishbone. Collett has it, spins, handoff, big hole right side. Once again, this time I believe, again, Barker the ball carrier.
Nice little cross buck there, and Barker picks up the first down.
1st and 10, Benton has Barker on the carry out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Benton at their own 35 as Roger Barker picks up the 1st and 10. 4:58 left to play in the third quarter. Jake Goheen split wide to the right side. Benton has been in the wishbone all evening. They trail 7-zip. Handoff again goes to Barker as he again finds running room behind the right side of that offensive line. And he's out near the 40-yard line. And, Rob, that's where the yardage came from last week. Right side.
That's right. A good job over there. Barker doing a good job high-stepping it through there, too. And Coach Campbell trying to get his sidelines fired up and get the Yellow Jackets defense fired up.
Barker a pickup to the Benton 41-yard line. Second down 4. Handoff. Barker hurdles a couple of tacklers. Fumble on the play, and then he's pushed back. Barker was hit hard and pushed back. Looked like he had lost the football for just a second as the Sheridan crowd reacted also, but Barker hurdled a couple of tacklers before being hit.
Ended up getting a couple of yards on the play.
They'll spot the ball out over the 45 at about the 47-yard line. So it's third down. The Panthers need about 4 for the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff, and hit hard is coming left side is Collett. Collett, 45. He's got the first down. 45, 40, and knocked down inside the 40 at about the 33-yard line is Brad Collett.
Somebody just got a shoelace. Otherwise, Collett was off to the races. He had a couple of blockers out in front of him. A good job there. Sam McCampbell leading the way, and Collett made a good fake going the other way and bootlegged it out the left side and picked up big yardage all the way down to the 38-yard line, it looks like, of Sheridan.
He had a lot of acreage on the left side as he came. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Their first possession here in the second half with only 3:23 left to play in the third quarter. Running room to the Panthers' right. Wishbone. Collett goes right. Collett keeps. He's going to be cut down as he got it up near the 35-yard line.
Kind of slipped there as he was trying to make his cut, but there wasn't much room.
Collett to about the 36 on the carry, so a pickup of just about a yard. Will, if that much, ball is spotted at about the line of scrimmage. We'll call it second down, and between 8 and 9 needed for the 1st and 10. Ball is at the 37-yard line. Collett has him at the line of scrimmage. They're in the wishbone. There's Collett. Will keep again. Right side. Collett finds room inside the 35 and dives inside the 30 down to near the 28-yard line.
Well, Brad is really running strong. He shook off a couple of tackles there and dove for extra yardage. Got up a little bit slow. Remember, he was shaking up the first half. He'll be close to a first down, maybe a yard short.
They will spot the ball inside the 30 at about the 29, and it's going to be just, you're right, Rob, about a yard short at the 1st and 10. 2:19 left to play in the third quarter.
This is the kind of drive Benton needed. Come out and take control here with their offense. And
Collett has him at the line of scrimmage. Here's Collett. Handoff. Barker right side. Barker up near the 25-yard line. Inside the 25 to the 24. Maybe got it to the 23-yard line.
And a first down.
1st and 10. Benton has Roger Barker on the carry. And he's been the workhorse here in the second half, Rob.
Barker is a big physical specimen, a great athlete, and the linebacker of the Panthers, one of the Panthers' leading tacklers. I guess he's second on the team to Greg Mundy, and they've been wanting to use him a little more on offense, and he's showing what he can do right here.
1st and 10, Benton marked the ball at the Jacket 24-yard line. Collett has them at the line of scrimmage. Handoff this time goes to Phillips. And not much doing on the play as the Sheridan defense waiting for that one. as a pickup just about a yard on the carry will bring up second down. The Panthers still looking at about 9 for the first.
Got Mundy in there at fullback, helping with the blocking assignments, or at one of the halfbacks. He and Barker are both working in there. Got Greg Little at fullback.
Late third quarter. Clock is stopped. Now starts again with the officials' movement. Here's the Panthers. Here's Collett rolling left. Collett looking for Goheen, and he's going to overthrow Goheen down about the 2, maybe the 3-yard line. Goheen was out there for just a second waving his arms, but Brad overthrew the ball on the near side down around the 3. It falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:10 left to play in the third quarter. And the Panthers now look at a 3rd down and 8, and they have the ball at the 23-yard line of Sheridan. So
Collett was rushed just a little bit on that play. He had some good blocking out there. Here's a big play right now.
Again, the Panthers in 4-down territory. Here's Collett calling for the football. Collett will roll right. Collett wants to throw, getting some pressure, gets a pass away, and trying to make an acrobatic catch, but he's out of bounds. Over on the far side, but out of bounds.
Looked like Yoakum over there.
Drew Yoakum
Caught it with his hands, but he juggled it just as he was going out of bounds and didn't have possession as he stepped out.
Official was right on top of it and waved off the catch as he was juggling the football as he crossed the sideline. 4th down and about 8. 1:04 left to play in the third quarter. Well, a big play for the Panther offense right here.
Collett's run the ball very well tonight. He's kind of had a rough night in the air. 2 out of 12, 2 interceptions. He needs to come up with one here.
4th down and 8 for the Panthers. Collett calls. Here's Collett. Quick pass over the middle is going to be complete.
But it's short of the first down.
Short of the first down by about 2 yards. As the pass was complete, that was Goheen that made the catch over on the far side, but it is short of the 1st and 10, and the Jacket defense is held.
That's got to be a big lift for them right here as the fourth quarter is just about to start. We got 58 seconds left in the third quarter, and a long, impressive drive for the Panthers, and it comes up short. Sheridan has got to be feeling good about themselves right now. The longer this game goes.
On a 1st down play, quick pitch comes to Watkins. Watkins right side, pulled down on a good defensive play by Heath Nix. Heath Nix grabbed him back behind the line of scrimmage and dropped him back just inside the 15-yard line.
We got a marker on the play.
Marker over on the far side of the line of scrimmage
is holding.
Good play by Heath that time.
Boy, he really ran him down and just bulldogged him.
So a holding call apparently coming up against the Jackets. 35 seconds left to play in the third quarter. As Heath Nix, sparkling defensive play, as he dropped Brian Watkins. Top ground gainer in the first half for the Sheridan Yellow Jackets. The loss is back to the 15. Now the penalty on the hold will mark the ball back to just outside the 5 at the 6-yard line. So the Sheridan Yellow Jackets deep in their own territory. They'll look at a 1st down and long. 1st down and long. Clock running with under a half minute left to play here in the third quarter. As the Panther defense now with that penalty had the Jackets backed up. Wallingsford brings him to the line of scrimmage, sets his offense, split backfield behind him. Man in motion back to the far side. Wallingsford, handoff left side. Running room for Lim as Lim is out over the 10 and gets it back up near the 15-yard line. Where was he in the first half?
He's certainly sparked him here in the second half with some of his outside speed.
He's just a sophomore, Brian Lim, as he's made 3 or 4 good runs for the Yellow Jacket offense, as that is the end of the third quarter with the score, Sheridan 7, Benton nothing. Panther football will continue in a moment. Well, I just looked up and saw a beautiful full moon Rob, and it's a great-looking night, a great night for football as compared to the first two that we've had.
Great football weather indeed.
We enter the fourth quarter. As we start, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Sheridan Yellow Jackets. A fine run, though, by Brian Lim. Got them out of a hole. They had it back at their own 5-yard line.
They still face a 2nd down and long yardage, and that needs to stand. It needs a stand here.
Still need about 10 for the 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Man in motion back to the near side, and again we have flags down before that play is underway. And we'll see who the culprit is this time. Motion call going against the Jackets, so back them up 5. That'll set up 2nd down and 15. Ball will come back to the Sheridan 10-yard line. Just underway here in the fourth quarter.
Sheridan only had 1 penalty in the first half. This half they've had 4 for, and it's kind of it's hurt them on a couple of occasions. Got them backed up now.
2nd down. They'll need about 15 for the 1st and 10 from just over their 10-yard line. Jackets at the line of scrimmage. Man in motion back to the far side. Handoff goes right up the middle. As on the carry that time for the Yellow Jackets, getting up off the bottom of the pile, was Brad Long.
Cliff Phillips on the stop.
So the gain, the carry, out over the 15 to about the 16-yard line. It'll still be 3rd and long for Sheridan from deep in their own territory. 3rd down with 11:35 left to play in the ball game. Benton scoreless. Sheridan scored in the 2nd quarter. Short touchdown run by Brian Watkins. 3rd down. Jackets need 10 for the 1st. Man in motion back to the near side, and again motion on the right side. I think you're right about that snap count, Rob.
It's like they had a rhythm going in the first half. Very snappy, very crisp. Now all of a sudden they've decided to take a little more time at the line of scrimmage because they've got a lead. They want the clock to move, and it's kind of messed up their timing maybe.
So that'll cost 5 more, and then back to 3rd and 15. As the Jackets keeping themselves in the hole with penalties. Still quite a bit of time left, just 11:20, just early into the fourth quarter, 11:20 to play in the game. Panthers trail 7-0. Jackets 3rd down and 15. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Wide man goes to the right side, wide side of the field. Wallingsford has him at the line of scrimmage. He spins. Handoff goes to Lim once again, and Lim will find his way forward and get it up near the 15, maybe over the 15-yard line, but that will run Sheridan out of bounds. They'll punt it away from deep in their own territory.
It's time for Benton's offense to cash in on one of these on some field position here. They should have good field position after this kick.
Rick Daniel and Jake Goheen will drop back deep in twin safeties to await the punt. They'll await this kick back at about the 50-yard line. Here's the kick. It's a high, and he shanked it again.
They're gonna watch
Very
it.
short kick. Fair catch called for. Fair catch made at about the 34-yard line.
Barton on the catch.
As Chris Barton on the catch made the fair catch just inside the 35. So Benton with excellent field position.
Handled it nicely in some traffic there. And again, like I said, they're going to have to take advantage of some of this field position sooner or later. They haven't gotten on the board yet tonight. Sheridan's been doing a good job of bending but not breaking, as the old cliche goes. 2
bad Sheridan punts in a row. As the Panthers to the line of scrimmage, Matt Welch goes wide to the left. Collett has him at the line of scrimmage in the wishbone. Collett, handoff goes to Cliff Phillips, and Phillips gets maybe a yard. As Phillips will bang his way inside the 35, got it down near the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. As Phillips getting the call tonight over the injured Jamie Jones. Jamie out tonight with an injured ankle.
They've kind of missed Jamie's explosiveness in there.
I see Cochran's in the ballgame. We haven't seen much out of him tonight, have we? Cochran goes wide to the left side this time for the Panthers on a 2nd down and 9. Here's Collett. Handoff goes to Phillips again, and Phillips is going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Barker that time, and they did stand him up. I think I saw a flag thrown in there. I don't know. The temper's flaring a little bit. We'll see. Maybe it was just something I imagined.
I didn't see a flag, but I did see the ball carrier really get stood up at the line of scrimmage. Just nothing doing that time. It is third down and long, third down and 9 as Goheen comes wide to the right side for the Panthers. Collett, football spins, handoff right side. Big hole this time as Barker will dive down inside the 25-yard line. Down near the 20-yard line goes Roger Barker.
A good hard run that time from Barker and picked up the first down inside the 20, and that's maybe the start of the drive that puts the Panthers on the board here.
First and 10 Panthers. They have the ball inside the 20 at the 19. Yoakum, the tight end, to the left side. Wishbone behind Collett as he calls for it. Spins, handoff, and again it's Barker, right side, bounces off a tackler. He's inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. Roger Barker running hard once again and getting up a little slowly. He may be getting a little tired.
Yeah, he's going both ways and carrying a lot of load. He is an athlete, though, I tell you. He's a physical specimen, and he's really showing his having a great game tonight.
Good pickup for Roger Barker. Marked the ball at the Sheridan 14-yard line. It'll be second down. The Panthers lead 5 for the first and 10. They're at the line of scrimmage. Collett spins, handoff, left side. Phillips with the ball. He's going to be slowed as it gets inside the 10 down to the 5. Just barely tripped up at about the 5-yard line. Or correction, that's Barker once again. It was Barker, the ball carrier again.
Well, they're going right behind that right side of that line. Barker with the charge that time down to the 6, and first and goal for the Panthers, and they hope to cash in here.
So it's first down and goal from just outside or just inside the 5-yard line.
He was just a step away from breaking that one in for the touchdown and caught by the shoelace.
It is just outside the 5. Collett the 6, first and goal. Collett with the football. Collett to Barker, right side, jumps a tackler inside the 5, dives down to about the 3-yard line.
Greg Mundy running on that right side, right halfback, doing a lot of blocking with Greg Little at fullback, and of course the right side of that line, David McGee working over there with Sam McCampbell. Looks like Harville's in there.
I believe Barker's just tired. He wasn't injured that time. He's, like you say, he's playing defense and has carried the ball numerous times here in the second half.
That's 5 straight carries.
Second down and goal from the 2 for the Panthers, trying to get back in this ball game, trailing 7-0. Collett brings him to the line of scrimmage. Here's Collett calling for the football. Collett spins, handoff Barker, right side. Barker, touchdown.
Scores.
Touchdown for Roger Barker from about 2 yards out, with 7:17 left to play. 6 straight carries for Barker, and Benton has taken a timeout. Timeout on the field with the score. Sheridan 7, Benton 6. Panther football will continue in a moment. I'd go the right side if I was going for 2 for sure. Seven 17 left to play here in the third quarter. Roger Barker has just taken it in from 2 yards out, and as you said, Rob, that's 6 straight carries. Benton has taken a timeout to talk over about going for 2, and plus maybe give Roger Barker a rest.
That may be so, because he'll probably be the logical choice for carrying the football. They really have stacked things up on that right side with Barker running out of the left halfback slot, Mundy in at the right halfback, and Greg Little running at fullback. They're running off the right side and really powering the ball, and they're going to go for 2 here. They figure to win this game, they're going to have to either score 2 or score again. If they go for a single point, they're going to have to score anyway.
So let's see what Benton pulls out of the hat. Collett hands to Barker, right side. Barker bangs his way down near the goal line.
No, they say.
And they call him short. Barker is stopped just short of the goal line, so says the official. Timeout on the field, 7:17 left to play in the ball game with the score Sheridan 7, Benton 6, and Panther football will continue in a moment. I thought he was in there. I was watching over here. Lim and Woodward were dropped back deep to await the kick.
Barker on that play gave it a great effort.
So close.
And on the second effort, on the third effort perhaps, he may have gotten in, but it was after his knee had touched.
Here's a good kick. Drives Lim all the way back to his 5. He gets his hands with the football and loses it as it will roll into the end zone. Lim will chase it down after muffing it, and it'll be a touchback and come out back to the 20-yard line.
What I was trying to...
Great effort by Barker.
It was indeed, and again, it was his 7th consecutive carry. And really what I was saying about going for 2 there, you know, if they go for the tie and kick the extra point, they're going to have to score again anyway to win this game. What they're doing is they're going to try to put the pressure on Sheridan and go ahead and get the 2 points and get the lead. As it is, when they're still where they would be if it was tied, they've got to score again to win.
7:17 left to play. Here's a handoff, goes to the big Brian Watkins, and that big back is out over the 20, got to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line, as Panther stop him after the short pickup of about 3.
What that did is really put the onus on the Benton defense to come through with a big stop here of Sheridan.
And get that ball back for the offense, as Benton took advantage of a short punt and took it in for the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run by Roger Barker. Second down and about 6 now for Sheridan. Wallingford spins, handoff left side. Not much doing this time, short of the 25-yard line.
Good job that time in there at linebacker is Russ Browning. He's spelling Roger Barker on defense some now that Barker's run so much on offense. Browning doing a good job penetrating there and making a good stop.
Humphreys, the ball carrier, picked up just about a yard out to the 25, nose of the football just over the Sheridan 25-yard line. It is third down. Jackets need 5 for the 1st and 10. Big third down play. What a cliche. Third down and 5 from the 25. Wallingford has them set. Little reverse play. And he's going to be tripped up. And a fumble on the play. Scramble for the football. No indication yet. Benton says they have it. Benton does have it. Benton has recovered the football.
I think it was Browning on the recover.
Benton comes up with a big break as the recovery is made inside the 25-yard line. Nose of the football is spotted just inside the Sheridan 25. Recovery coming with 5:50 left to play in the game.
A big turnover.
Sheridan 7 and Benton 6.
The Yellow Jackets tried to come with a surprise play. They ran an inside reverse to the tight end, Casey Lamb. He got hit by Heath Nix in the backfield and just did a somersault. And when he came to the ground, he lost the ball. Russ Browning came up with it.
Right side, handoff Barker this time. Left side, Barker breaks tackles inside the 20 down near the 15-yard line. 7 straight carries for Roger Barker. He busted a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage.
This time they moved him to the right halfback and ran him off the left side, and he came up with a big yardage on a second effort when he busted a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to measure to see if he got first down.
Close enough for the measurement after a pickup of about 10 on the carry for Roger Barker, this time coming from the right halfback spot behind the left side of his offensive line, as they'll bring the chain in. First down, Benton.
That's 14 carries for 75 yards for Roger Barker, and let me count them up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight carries for him, counting that 2-point try.
And the ball is just inside the 10-yard line. Or correction, 15-yard line. First and 10 at the 15. Coulter has them set. Coulter spins. Handoff. Guess who? Barker, right side. He's inside the 15. Picks up a couple of tough yards before being pushed back.
Really swarmed under that time. They moved him back to left halfback again, and they tried the right side. They're just moving him to the side that they want to run. Sheridan should be able to key, but Benton's getting such a good surge on that side on either side of the line right now.
I'm sure the Sheridan defense must be saying he can't carry it again. What is that, 8 straight?
9.
9 straight. It is second down and 9 for the Panthers. Ball at the Jacket 14-yard line. So pick up of just about a yard in that last carry by Barker. Here's Collett, left side, gets away from one tackler. Now he's going to be caught and brought down. Collett on the left side got away from one tackle, was finally chased down, though, by that same tackler. And not much. We'll see where they'll spot the ball.
May have picked up 1.
Might have gotten only a yard out of it, but he did a good job of not losing some on it. Looked like he was going to be thrown for a loss. It is 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 13-yard line.
We got Barker lined up at left halfback now, wide side of the field to the right. This is 4-down territory.
Line of scrimmage on a 3rd down play. Here's Collett. Will keep right side, and nothing doing this time as he's going to be stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
He didn't even have a chance to get it to Barker or to anybody on that play. A good search there and a good hit by Rusty Johnson, the defensive end on that side. And looks like Heath Nix is coming on to try to kick a field goal that would put the Panthers in the lead.
It is 4th down.
Timeout. Benton.
Line of scrimmage, the 13. This will make it about a 30-yard kick after the spot. Line of scrimmage is around the 13, so tack on the 7 on the snap. We'll take a timeout with a score. Sheridan 7, Benton 6.
It'll be a short timeout.
Let's keep it right here. It looks like a short timeout coming up, as the spot will be made right around the 20-yard line.
It's going to set it down about the 29. About the 19.
About the 19. So make it about a 29-yard kick for Nix. Goheen to hold. He's very important, too. So Heath Nix will try to put Benton ahead with 3 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in this ball game. A 29-yard attempt coming up. Goheen will make the spot at about the 19-yard line. Goheen checks with Nix now to see if everything is okay. And the snap also important in this one. Goheen now ready. Snaps. Ball put down. Kick is up. And the kick is going to be short and off to the left. Kick is no good. No good. Short and to the left. With 3:26 left to play in the ball game. Sheridan will take over following the missed field goal attempt by Heath Nix. Well, he got it plenty high enough.
He got under it a little bit, if you can do that. Just popped it up. He's off to the left a little bit.
So again,
now the pressure again is on the offense for the offense for Sheridan, the defense for Benton.
3:26 left to play. Sheridan leads by 1, 7-6. Sheridan at the line of scrimmage. Wallingford at quarterback. Here's a quick pitch. Goes to Lim. And again, looked like there might have been a fumble on the play. Big scramble for it. And Benton
did recover.
How
quickly it turned.
Recovery again. Benton gets another break. Another break for the Panthers.
I don't know who came up with it. I didn't see. Is it James Harville?
I believe it was James Harville. James Harville was about the last one to come away from that massive pileup.
And they lost, looks like 3 yards on it, so.
Ball will be spotted inside the 20-yard line.
The Panthers get a reprieve here.
1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line as Collett brings him to the line of scrimmage. Here's Collett calling for the football. Spins, handoff, Barker again, and Barker's going to be cut down. Barker running from the right halfback spot and picks up just maybe a tough yard that time. Roger Barker. How many carries now straight? 11?
Well, that last play, Collett had a couple of carries in there.
Had a carry in there, a couple.
But he's carried the ball 16 times in the game for 77 yards.
Official says no gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line. As Collett has Greg Mundy in there. Little and Barker. Collett wants to throw. Collett looking, still looking. Now getting pressured. He's going to be stopped and dropped back near the 20-yard line for a loss. Collett rolled left, trying to find a receiver, could spot nobody open.
He's looking for Goheen deep on the left sideline, but Goheen was well covered. He wisely tucked it up and tried to get as much as he could, and he almost got back to the line of scrimmage there. Now the Panthers face a big 3rd down and 11.
So it's 3rd down from just inside the 19. 3rd down, and the Panthers need 11 for the 1st and 10. Here's Collett calling for the football. Collett. And the handoff goes to the right side.
Trying to line it up for the field goal, perhaps.
Looked like this was Little on the carry.
First carry for Greg Little.
Greg Little on the carry. That brings up 4th down once again. And Line of scrimmage this time is close to the 10, so we're looking at about a 27-yard field goal this time. So just
I think we're closer to the 15. They don't have the yard lines marked at all, but I think that's the 15-yard line.
That's the 15, okay. So once again, we had timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here because we don't want to miss any of this. With 1:37 left to play, all the sideline markers have been knocked down, and one of the reasons we're having so much difficulty with ball spotting.
Now the question is Benton going to go for this on 4th down, or is Heath Nix going to try to kick a field goal?
They only need 2 for the 1st and 10.
No, they need more.
No,
than
wait
that.
a minute. They need
7 yards.
7 yards for the 1st and 10.
Looks like Nix is lining up for a field goal. It'll be about a 30. See, that's at the 22. It'll be marked as the 22, about a 32-yarder. This is longer than the last one.
Last one was about a 29-yard attempt. This one's a 32-yard attempt.
But he's lined up right in the middle.
Ball squarely in the middle of the field. Goheen is ready. Snap. Ball put down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A 32-yard field goal by Heath Nix. And the Panthers have gone in front 9-7 with 1:33 left to play in the ball game. Boy, there was not too much doubt about that one.
He got the boot into that one. He did, and really Benton is living they took advantage of the mistake that Sheridan made and got a second chance there and really pressure on Heath Nix after missing that first one, but he really got a good foot into that one and kicked it, just split the uprights. A nice kick, and Benton has the 9-7 lead with 1:33 left in this game. And
Benton celebrates on the sideline. Sheridan players come off, get a good hand from their fans here on the near side. This one's not over. There's 1:33 left to play following the 32-yard field goal by Heath Nix. That's Benton 9 and Sheridan 7. As it'll be Lim, the deepest back for Sheridan. He looks like he could be dangerous on the few times he's carried the ball tonight. Here's the kick. It's a good kick again. Drives Lim all the way back inside the 5. Lim takes it there. Far side, 5 to 10. Lim at the 15-yard line is going to be knocked down as he got across the 15.
Did we have another fumble?
16. There's a big scramble. I wasn't sure if it was a fumble or a feint. Over on the near side, I believe, actually neither. Sheridan will have the football.
The Benton sideline got awfully excited there for a moment. Nothing to it, though.
Lim on the return out to near the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sheridan. Clock runs. 1:19 left to play. Wallingsford brings him to the line of scrimmage.
He's only thrown one pass tonight.
Here's Wallingsford. He wants to throw. Pass out in the flat to Humphreys. Humphreys breaks a couple of tackles. Humphreys still on his feet up near the 25-yard line. J.J. Humphreys got the pass out in the flat. As in on the play defensively for the Panthers was Alan Bearden. And we have a timeout in the field as Sheridan will take a timeout with 56 seconds left to play. Well, the Panthers will know they've been in a ball game after this one.
Sheridan is to be commended. They, I guess the pressure at the end, the turnovers have really hurt them.
And penalties, 2nd down and 3, 56 seconds left. Here's Wallingsford wants to throw. Looking over the middle, complete to Humphreys. Humphreys has a football.
It was a juggle catch. It was a juggle catch. He never
catch.
quite had control of it. It trickled back over his shoulder as he was running and fell incomplete.
He was out near about the 40-yard line as he juggled and dropped the football. Incompletion will stop the clock. 51 seconds left to play. It's 3rd down and 3 from the 26.
It's an effective play because it slanted over the middle and would have picked up about 20 yards, and well thrown by Wallingsford. His first miss.
Look at it, 3rd down and 3 from their 26, trailing by 2 at 9-7 with 51 seconds left to play. Humphreys comes wide to the left, short side of the field. Reeves goes wide right. Here's Wallingsford. Little play action, doesn't fool anybody. Over the middle, it's going to be almost picked off at about the 40-yard line. As covering defensively for the Panthers was Ian Perry, and he almost came up with that one.
A little overthrown that time, and Perry playing center field almost got in for it.
4th down and 3, 47 seconds left. And Sheridan doesn't have much choice but to go for it. trailing by 2 with only 47 seconds left to play in the ball game as Wallingsford brings them to the line of scrimmage.
Lined up in a running formation.
Wallingsford with a running back. Play goes to the left, and Barker makes the tackle on, I believe, the ball carrier was...
I think it was
Lim. Was it Lim? But nevertheless, Barker made a big tackle.
It was Watkins, and I don't know if he made the first down. Barker met him.
From here, it looks, I hate to say it.
They gave him a pretty good mark on the play.
They
gave him some forward motion, and I think they may have gotten it.
They'll bring the chains from all the way across the field, far side to the near side, and take a close look at it. Stretch it out. Yeah, he's got it. Just by the length of the football, less an inch.
That just gives them a chance to do a little more here, but they're still facing a lot of yardage between them and victory.
42 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Benton leads 9-7 on the strength of a 32-yard field goal by Heath Nix. After Heath had missed one on an earlier play of 29 yards. Diamond T. Wallingsford drops straight back. Getting pressure, gets a pass away, intended for Humphreys. It'll fall short at about the 45-yard line.
Brian Holter rushed the play, and Wallingsford had a man open, but because Holter was in his face, he threw it short.
That'll stop the clock with 27 seconds left. Sets up 2nd down and 10 for the Jackets from their own 28-yard line. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Again, Humphreys will come wide to the left. Split backfield behind Wallingsford as he comes to the line of scrimmage. Sets his offense. Has the football. Quick pitch goes to Watkins. Watkins right side.
Adam Wright.
Adam Wright. Adam Wright again hitting Watkins as he tried to sweep the right side. And again, Sheridan will use up a timeout with 19 seconds left to play in the ball game. So there's timeout on the field with our score. Benton 9, Sheridan 7. Panther football will continue. A few plays earlier.
I think it was James Harville that recovered that fumble that gave him the second chance. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on that. And be sure and watch the replay on Cable Channel 4, Falcon Cable, this Sunday night at 7, so you can see. And give the person who made that, whomever made that fumble recovery really made the difference.
Wallingsford out in the flat, intended for Watkins, incomplete. Watkins was hit by Brian Holter after the play. Some of the Sheridan fans thought that was a little unnecessary, but nothing wrong with that. 4th down and 12. 15 seconds left. As that play didn't take too much time, but it's 4th down coming up.
This may be the last gasp for the Yellow Jackets, who really played a tremendous game. Their game plan almost worked. They wanted to control the football, keep the ball away from Benton, and they really did a good job of it. They just didn't put it in the end zone often enough. One time they had a 7-0 lead, then led 7-6, and it looked like their ball game when Benton missed the first field goal, but then mistakes in the end cost them.
It is 4th down and 12 for the Jackets. Wallingford has them at the line of scrimmage. Wallingford spins, and they'll do a running play right up the middle to either Lim or Watkins, and that should do it.
It's an odd call on a 4th down play.
Another timeout being called with the clock sort of quit with 5 seconds before the official called timeout there, Ron.
Well,
now it's ticking off.
It stops on the change of possession, and then now it's going to count on down.
Now it'll tick off. That is the end of the ball game with our final score: the Benton Panthers 9 and the Sheridan Yellow Jackets 7. Back with post-game comments right after this 60-second break. Hey, Bub. How you doing?
Yeah, spend that with Chad.
Huh?
Yeah, spend that with Chad.
Yeah.
I rode up here with him.
Yeah. It's okay with me. See Mom?
I just been reading.
Yeah. Be fine. Well, you can turn out the lights on this one. It's over, but what a ball game it was. Benton getting the victory on a 32-yard field goal by Heath Nix. Final score 9-7. And Rob, it was a dandy ball game as Sheridan played Benton to the hilt.
The Benton-Sheridan rivalry is alive and well after 33 years. They come together again and play a whale of a ball game. 9-7 the final, but Sheridan supposedly down this year gave Benton all they wanted. And Benton, of course, one of the favorites in the 4A South Conference. And Sheridan, a AAA team that really played their hearts out tonight and did a great job. Benton took advantage of their opportunities. They got a second chance when it looked like Sheridan had dodged the bullet. Benton turned out to be the one that dodged the bullet when Heath Nix kicked a 32-yard field goal with just, what was it, a minute?
Just over a minute.
33 left in the game to provide the winning margin. And Benton has to feel good about coming out of this with a win, and they've gained a lot of respect for Sheridan, and I'm sure Sheridan has gained a lot of confidence from this. They go into conference play next week, and despite the loss, I think they probably have to feel pretty good about themselves going into conference after playing so well against a team as highly touted and as strong as Benton is.
Well, Roger Barker stepped in the absence of Jamie Jones tonight, and especially in the second half. He didn't start for Jamie, but he stepped in and did a terrific job in the second half. At one point, we had him for, what, 9 straight carries?
9 straight carries. He scored the touchdown from 2 yards out and really set it up with 7 straight carries there. He finished the football game 16 carries, 77 yards, the leading rusher in the game. And he did a whale of a job, played a lot of defense. And you got to really credit Russ Browning on the defensive side for stepping in for Barker and filling in at linebacker and doing a great job there. He made a couple of big plays and helped the defense rise to the occasion and hold Sheridan back, because Sheridan was really stopped in the second half. Their offense had one good drive, but then Sheridan, they had one good drive. Then Benton really stopped them, and a couple of times they really stopped themselves with penalties, and then the late turnovers. The fumble that led to the winning points really had to be a heartbreaker for Lance Wallingsford. And but I think overall Sheridan will look back on this game and say they grew a little bit from this experience. They may be a better team than they thought they were.
I checked with Tank Long about that last fumble recovery. We're fairly sure it's Heath Nix. He's not sure either. So, but it looked like Heath was the last one to, not Heath Nix,
James Harbaugh.
James Harbaugh on that fumble recovery. Well, Rob, I know you've got to hit the road to get your post-game interviews with Coach Fide and the Sheridan coaches, and hope you have a good weekend. You going to Fayetteville tomorrow?
I think I will go up there and see some of my kinfolk and watch the Razorbacks play. Maybe if it's as exciting as this one, it'll be a whale of a game too. And I'm looking forward next week to the first conference game for the Panthers. They'll be welcoming J.A. Fair to the conference. Fair moving up from AAA this year, and that'll be interesting to see how they fare against the Panthers.
Well, that tops my plan. I was going to tell you to root the Hogs on tomorrow, okay? Those are both pretty bad. Yeah. Have a good weekend, Rob.
You too.
Nice to be with you again tonight. Once again, the final score, the Benton Panthers 9 and the Sheridan Yellow Jackets 7. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Tonight's play-by-play on K107 FM has been brought to you in part by Thomas Real Estate and Insurance, Glenn Adams at Adams Pest Control, the Good Tire People at Carter Tire Company, by Benton attorney Doyle Webb, Robert McClendon at McClendon TV and Appliance, by Myron Connolly, Allied Glass Company, the City of Benton, Leroy Allen, your State Farm agent, Benton State Bank, your hometown.
tied up.